Hello, I'm Wayne Hanley, and this is the Prowler. As you will see and hear in this presentation, the Prowler looks and sounds like a vintage fighter. As you watch and listen, imagine yourself at the controls, and you might even get a little of the feel of this airplane. It has a very solid feel, with control harmony similar to the North American single-seaters that I've flown. I think you'll be able to sense this as you watch it in action. In the landing pattern, it's very stable. I hold about 75 miles per hour on final, and touchdown occurs at about 60. The wide gear makes it very docile on rollout. A prior checkout in any tail dragger should be enough to ensure your ability to fly the Prowler, but we will offer flight training from basic tail dragger technique through aerobatics, formation flying, and even air-to-air tactics if you so desire. This prototype has a 225 horsepower aluminum block V8 that allows it to cruise at 200 miles per hour while burning 10 gallons of gas per hour. That is at a conservative power setting of 23 inches and 2300 RPM. Presently on the drawing board is a 350 horsepower version that will cruise at over 250 miles per hour and have a VNE of 350 miles per hour. These engines will be optional to the kit builder. The canopy on the kit aircraft will slide rather than hinge as this one does. The cockpit layout in the kits will put the pilot in the front seat instead of the rear seat as in this prototype. A large pilot may elect to build his plane as a single-seater or with a minimal jump seat in the rear of the cockpit area. I see this as an airplane with potential in several areas. First, as a prestigious rapid transit machine. Second, as a sport aerobatic airplane. Third, as the ultimate war game mount. And fourth, as a military fighter trainer or border patrol aircraft for a developing country. I am now pleased to introduce the Prowler's designer and builder, George Morse, who will give you some pertinent details regarding the engines.
Thank you, Wayne, for the introduction. I want to talk a little bit about what powers the Prowler. We have here an Olds F-85 215 stroke to 266 cubic inches. This is our header tank that we run a combination of water and ethylene glycol, a 50-50 mixture. This is our gear reduction. We have a helical drive, 1.67 gear ratio. The prop turns a third slower than the engine. Our pressurized carburetor runs at all attitudes of flight. It's a PSH-5BD. Works very well. Oil cooler, oil filter, and bypass valve arrangement. On this side, on this end, we have dual distributors for this engine. On the Chevrolet version, we'll be able to go with dual magnetos or distributors because it will have two plugs in each cylinder. Back here we have two water pumps. They're positive displacement water pumps, an oil pressure pump, which is a geared pump, a 55 amp alternator, and a fuel pressure pump that's adjustable. On the back side we have a propeller governor that controls the pitch to the prop and starter. The difference between this engine and the Chevrolet engine weigh about 25 to 30 pounds more. It is 1 3/8 inches longer, which will fit in the same cowling as this engine does. It will put out about 125 horsepower more than what this engine does. We have found that we can get dual plugs for the heads, and so we'll be able to use any type of electrical ignition. Thank you.
Here she goes. There we're around through one. Coming around through two. There we go. And down we go. for it now. I'm going to slow up to 100 and then hit it.
Already.